record. Okay, hello everyone. Robert, are you able to have video on or no? Yep.
Now I'm in a place where I hope the internet will work. Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. I want to introduce you to my friend here, my friend JP. I met him at an Anarchapulco Jeff Berwick crypto conference down in. You may have heard about these cryptocurrency. They're kind of like anarchy cryptocurrency conferences in Acapulco, Mexico, and we met down there over breakfast. And like this is where Brock Pierce would go talk and stuff like this. And he's been a hardcore Bitcoin guy. Go ahead and give your background, JP, if you would, please.
Yeah, I think we met back in 2017, and yeah, I got into Bitcoin. I learned about it in 2011, and it took me 3 years to buy it because I, everyone said it was it was anonymous, but it was KYC at the time. It was um, uh, Mount Gox was out there, and I just didn't want to do it unless I could do it peer to peer. But anyway, I looked at Bitcoin and the light bulb went on, 30 seconds after I read the white paper. I said, oh my God, this is so incredible. The best part of it at the same time, if you remember, Julian Assange was getting donations for his court cases through PayPal. And PayPal had $80,000 of his money and they stole it from him. He never got the 80,000 and it was never refunded to any of the people that were donating it. So if he had done that in Bitcoin, nobody could have taken that money. He could have had that 80,000 right off the bat. But that was one of the key parts of what I loved about Bitcoin, that nobody can get into your account and claw it out of you if you're a merchant. So once you do a deal, it's a done deal. But anyway, my background has been in IT. I used to work at Microsoft and then at Boeing, but my dad was an architect, and he actually worked for the Nixon administration here in the U.S. And he was doing transportation stuff, and he wanted me to be an architect. So I studied drafting when it was all done on pencil and rulers. It was crazy back in the day. But to make a long story short, the thing that really convinced me about Bitcoin was really the mortgage industry. And, I just like about everyone else out there bought, many houses in our lifetime, and we've always had a mortgage, and that mortgage, is a ball and chain on our ankle. And basically, you never get rid of that mortgage. And I said, hey, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And I put the spreadsheet together to figure out, well, how can we do this? And via Bitcoin mining, we all know, people use Bitcoin mining to earn money. And we were looking at the job scenarios out there that all the jobs are being taken away by robotics. And what better job to take away from you is the payment on your mortgage through Bitcoin mining operations. So I formed a company 8 years ago called Next Gen Living Homes, and we designed the Bitcoin houses. And you can go to a website called bitcoin-mansions.com, bitcoin-mansions.com. And there's a video on the homepage. It's a short one. If you check that out, you'll sort of get an idea. So I've been designing ultra high-end luxury homes, and these homes are paid off in 2 years, not 30 years, but 2 years. And you own it free and clear. And these homes come with a Bitcoin mining facility, but not in the home. It's actually at a dedicated data center, and it's not in the US. We only put them in tax-free zones. And through my travels around the world, I've actually come up with a power plant that can generate energy at a whopping 1 cent per kilowatt per hour. So that's the cheapest energy in the world. and we can have 4 megawatt power plants, 10 megawatt power plants, 100 megawatt power plants, whatever you need. So the house comes with a data center that has a 15 megawatt power plant, and the home has a 2 megawatt power plant, and the home can be built anywhere in the world. The Bitcoin mining facility is in a tax-free zone. So if you have no taxes, let's say it's in the Bahamas, nice. Yeah, it's in the Bahamas or the Cayman Islands or Dubai or even Monaco. How about that? Monaco, we can put a data center there, 100% tax-free. And you've got the cheapest energy in the world. That means your ROI is through the roof. And so that mortgage, it's not a conventional mortgage. We finance the house. In other words, there's no banks involved, absolutely no banks. And that means instead of the traditional 10% down or 20% down, we take 50% down, and the other 50% is financed through that Bitcoin mining operation. And there's no mortgage payment, because that mortgage payment comes from the Bitcoin mining facility. So if you get all this, you understand that you bought the house for half price, okay? And the other half is paid off through the mining facility, lickety split in 2 years. And that's the aha moment was when Bitcoin reached $29,000. At $29,000, that's when we figured out that's the price that we can turn the mortgage into 2 years. So we're at, look at the price of Bitcoin today, we're at 64,000, not 29. So we've doubled that. So in reality, we can actually pay off that home in less than 2 years, less than 2 years. So, but the house would take, about a year and a half.
From mining?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm
But
done.
also there was halving, so
There's
double the price, but also half of the mining, right? So probably you're in the same point like a few years ago
well,
with profitability.
if you look at what's happening as everything is having, the transaction fees are also going up. So you got transaction fees that balance out the halving. And I don't know if Ryan has told you, have you heard of the USB device that you can add to all these miners that can increase your profitability by 300%?
I think it's called Bit Harvest. Yeah.
Yeah. So you add that to your miners, and really you're in the winning seat, the best winning seat in the world, because of the low cost of energy and zero taxation. So you're at the highest ROI in the world with this formula.
Yeah,
So,
I can see every year probably is maybe the best one in terms of ROI and maybe genius behind it because of the perfect combination of different elements going into the best, giving the best outcome. But actually, since like 10 years, I see probably twice a year try to leverage whatever mining, heat or cold or almost free energy combined with rising price of tokens, Bitcoin, not Bitcoin. Basically, there's quite a lot of creation going on the planet.
Yes,
which is very good. So I totally appreciate and I respect all these things. Yeah, it can actually show and guide a society in general to some next level of just creating things, stuff, hardware. I don't know, homing and other things. Yeah, it's generally a very good idea.
Oh, thank you. The light bulb goes on, with some people, but not with all. So some people just don't get it. They don't get anything. They don't even get Bitcoin.
Well, Robert, Go ahead, Robert.
Because it's not about a particular technology, you know. Like for
Yeah.
example, CanDAO. With all due respect, your project is like, you know, better, wider, more advanced. It's in place. We are still under construction, right? We're gonna come to the market, but what actually we do, we operate in a different level, like maybe, I don't want to say higher, but few levels away. Let me put it this way, because we like spectrally try to increase consciousness in whatever creation is happening. It doesn't have to be housing, it can be something else. By connecting dots, leveraging this way that the chains, logistic chains, production chains, creation chains, whatever, are basically more efficient. It doesn't matter if the Bitcoin is involved or some other proof of work or proof of anything. You always can kind of do what is going to be in the future made by an AI, because it's going to be quicker, faster, more efficient in discovering the models, how to connect the dots. And there's plenty of technology, and you can definitely play with it. I personally love the answer of Sam Altman when he was asked about, okay, how do you make money? How do you plan to make money in the future on the AI you are developing? And his answer was, I only made a soft promise to investors that we will go as far as to AGI, and then we will ask it to make a perfect business plan, business model. So we don't have to care about it. It will discover itself, and it will be much better than we. No matter what human intelligence you will get, AI will do it better. This is kind of tricky, but at the same very significant answer, because this change in the world, consciousness, awareness, I don't know, advance in technology is coming big steps, and it's going to be huge. And it's basically your model in kind of micro scale, because with all the respect, it's like some kind of the, you know, element in the forest. It's just showing the path, which is perfect for humanity. And it's going to be multiplied and leveraged by a lot of organizations. I mean, it should at least. So appreciate it. It's brilliant.
So here's another key aspect of this. Once the mortgage is paid off, what do you think happens then? So 2 years later, does the
You
price
can sell the Bitcoin or energy
CDO,
to
sell
the
it for
government.
CDO, sell it for CDO. Go ahead.
So what's the value of Bitcoin 2 years after the mortgage is paid off? Is it doubled? Let's say it just doubles in 2 years.
All right.
Go 10 times
That
down
Bitcoin
or 10
mining
times
facility.
up. Nobody knows.
That Bitcoin mining facility is owned 100% by the owner of the home. It's not ours. All we do is manage it. So 100% of that revenue goes to the owner of the Bitcoin house. So now you have an income generating home, and the home you own free and clear. So this home right here is 46,000 square feet. There's 27,000 square feet or 26,000 square feet for the home, and another 20,000 for a basketball facility.
JP, hold one second, because I want to, while you guys are looking at this house, think about this as if we had one of these, for example, for influencers for CanDAO, okay? And so if, you know, 15 bedrooms, whatever, this is where we have the influencers come in and just blow their freaking minds across the globe. Go ahead, brother.
This is called the All-Star Dream Home. All-Star Dream Home for basketball NBA players, because it comes with a basketball facility.
Do you mind, JP, if we just get to the Bitcoin roundhouse, because this is the one that I want right here.
Okay. Let me pause this. We'll go to the other house. Absolutely.
Okay, in that one, just a heads up, what's the square footage and the price point on this one? The other one, the Bitcoin roundhouse?
The Bitcoin roundhouse is like 256,000, but you're paying half that price with
256
Bitcoin.
million.
Yeah.
Are you doing some presentation?
Yeah.
Sorry, how are you paying half of that price?
Because of the Bitcoin mining facility is paying the mortgage for you. So it's financed in-house. It's not financed through any banks.
Okay. But think about this, my friends. I believe that CDO token, as soon as it launches, Robert, tell me what you think about this. I think that we have the ability to outperform Bitcoin every single month for eternity moving forward, I believe in CDO that much more than Bitcoin. What do
It's
you think?
possible because the nature of CDO is a little bit different, but at the same time, maybe it will not happen because of all the regulations, government and stuff. But if you go into mathematics behind, I understand that Bitcoin is probably can be worth even $100 million, because if like a few billion people will try to buy something which is 10 million out of the market, it's a simple math, right? They will push the price to the heavens. But with CanDAO model, it could be similar or even more, but it's gonna be a little bit tricky because we would have to be standard. It's not about tokenomics anymore at some point. Actually, whatever tokens we will take, except maybe some trillions of Shiba Inu or some other meme coins. If something has just few millions or several millions or maybe some billions, not 900 billions, but maybe we have 7 billion tokenomics, right? So if 5 billion people will shift the attention towards the token, it's gonna explode anyway. So any token can explode. But there is no utility behind the Bitcoin, but there is a belief and trust. So this is like a religion, and religion happens to be the most powerful tool known to humanity since thousands of years. So that's why Bitcoin makes sense from that point of view, besides being a scam and a Ponzi scheme, right? Because it's like that. But nobody checks mathematics behind because it doesn't make sense, because people believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you check, there's empty space, right? But the empty space used to have the biggest value for humanity, except maybe gold and some other tricks. Like, for example, Fed printing money. It's nothing there, just some paper, but it's a method of convincing people that it makes sense. They even at some point dropped the connection to gold, and basically this is where it flourished, and being very fundamental in mathematics and economics doesn't always help, because the last century showed us that something has much bigger potential when it's not covered, backed by anything which is tangible. Untangible things explode much more extra potentially and geometrically, if you know my point. So yeah, all the tokenomics explode one by one. The shit coins, all the meme coins, and various kind of tokens, they explode for a moment. Bitcoin is, I think, before explosion, but it can explode like Shiba Inu or Doge or whatever and go even higher. I kind of agree. I'm a strong believer in cryptocurrency in general. However, in the future, it can be a little bit tricky situation. They try to regulate everything. They will probably not smash Bitcoin, because Bitcoin maybe is coming from some CIA, whatever, military. Nobody knows Satoshi Nakamoto, but it's one of the options, quite possible, frankly speaking. And they are just going with the CBDC, regulating stable coins so they don't go away from the US dollar and other currencies, whatever they're gonna introduce. So now the USDC had to regulate itself, showing the backing. USDT is not audited, but basically we are going to a situation that they will control it anyways, this way or another. But this is a little bit speculation, philosophy. Sorry for that.
Let me interject really quick here. Two things. One, I'm
Yeah.
using a free Zoom account, so we have 10 minutes left on this call. We can get on the call again or continue if somebody else has a Zoom.
I do.
Okay, so you can just send us a Zoom link. But one of the things that happened in the news is that Trump has already announced that there's not going to be any taxation on Bitcoin miners in the US, and that there won't be a CBDC coin, cryptocurrency in the US. He's shutting that down, and Bitcoin will be the reserve of the US mint. in the
I
US.
heard it. Yes,
So,
probably because they already have 5 million bitcoins
well, they've been
of the
selling their
Satoshi
Bitcoins.
Nakamoto.
No, the US has been selling all the Bitcoins that they acquired, meaning they confiscated from people. But now they're realizing, and by the way, even Robert F. Kennedy said the same thing, that if he was to become president, he wants to buy 550 Bitcoins a day, every day, for the US government as a reserve. 550 Bitcoins a day. And
Yeah, I
both,
understand because I think they own Bitcoin. That's why. So this
yeah,
is
he
natural
did.
for them. All the play with the 100,000 Bitcoin right or left, it doesn't really matter. So they will sell, borrow, steal, destroy. It doesn't really matter because I think they have 5 million of Satoshi Nakamoto, which is the original capital. I think basically that American government will have access to half of the Bitcoins. So they actually own the party. So from that perspective, it kind of makes sense what they do.
Yeah. All right. Just a little bit about this particular home. This is the first Bitcoin house, which is the circular Bitcoin house, and it's 3 levels. On the second level,
Wait a second, JP, can you start that over, please? I want to record just minute segments. Go ahead, please.
oh yeah,
Wait a second, 1, 2, 3, go.
I have a feeling we have some presentation. I don't see it. My phone is 10 meters away from me. I'm charging. I'm during the travel, unexpectedly cold. I'm on Bali. It's always midnight. So I'm actually heading to bed, tired after the whole day. So sorry for my not appearing myself. I'm just
Okay, go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
yeah, just the meeting popped up from around the corner out of the blue, and I'm a bit
Yeah, no
surprised with it.
problem.
That's it.
Yeah,
So
no.
I don't see the presentation, but I kind of hear that something's going on the screen.
So check this out,
So
JP. Give him a quick down of this house.
I will check recording later. I understand everything.
Okay.
I totally get it. I know what you do.
Hey,
I know how it works.
Robert,
Thanks for
great
that.
talking to you. Thank you.
Eric, hang on the phone here. Okay. Thank you, Robert. Okay. JP, go ahead. Give me I'm taking minute section clips here to help promote this. So explain to Eric and I about this house, please.
Okay, so this is the Bitcoin house, the first one out of 3 Bitcoin house models that we created at Next Gen Living Homes, also at bitcoin-mansions.com. So this home is 26,000 square feet, not 2,600, but 26,000 square feet, 15 bedrooms, 3 kitchens, 3 swimming pools. So on the second level of this home, there's a 360-degree jet stream pool that goes around the house, and 9 of the bedrooms are connected to the jet stream pool. So you can actually just jump into the pool and float around the house and then come back to your bedroom or visit someone. Anyway, on the first level is the party area. There's a half moon pool there with 2 jacuzzis, and you can literally have 200 people here easily just on that one level. And the 3-level home is 26,000 square feet. It's really designed as a gathering place, a place to have, high-level meetings or lots of parties.
Influencers for CanDAO.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a destination, and this can be built anywhere in the world. It comes with a 2-megawatt power plant. So the power plant is connected. You can be 100% off grid. So you can throw this onto an island. You buy an island, and we can put this on an island with a 2-megawatt power plant. So you're 100% off grid. It's pretty incredible. And of course, why is it called the Bitcoin house? Because it comes with a Bitcoin mining facility that pays for the house. So in other words, there's no mortgage payment on this house. You get a mortgage, it's an in-house mortgage. There's no banks involved. All right. So we put together a Bitcoin mining facility that is a 15 megawatt mining facility in a tax-free zone. So it could be the data center. The Bitcoin mining facility is not in the house. So it's not in the house. It's actually in a tax-free zone for example, the Bahamas, the Cayman Islands, Dubai, even Monaco. So you can put it in a tax-free zone anywhere in the world. You choose where you want it, and the house, you tell us where you want us to build it, and we'll build it at your location. So you have a land in Florida or in California, maybe in Malibu, or out in close to Miami, or on any island in the world, or maybe in Marbella, Spain. You know, I'd love to build a house there. So we can put these houses anywhere in the world, and the Bitcoin mining facility is completely separate from the house. And the greatest thing about this, that mortgage is paid off not in 30 years, not in 40 years, but in 2 years. In 2 years. So we already came up with the formula on this, and the formula is when Bitcoin hit $29,000, this happens, that you can pay this mortgage off in 2 years. Today we're at $66,000, so that's more than double. So actually that 2-year scenario is pretty much cut in half. So we can pay this mortgage off very quickly. And what happens when the mortgage is paid off? You still own the data center. You still own the mining facility. So this becomes an income generating home. You actually get an income to live here. So that's what the Bitcoin house is all about. It's a revolutionary mortgage system that the Bitcoin mining facility pays for everything.
And
So,
how-
and
Go
let's
ahead, Erik.
say set up in Dubai, right?
Yes.
So the data center is located in Dubai, but you were telling me about the 1 cent cost, right? Per, and it is not the cost of Dubai. So how can you achieve that cost? Like in what locations?
Okay, it has nothing to do with the location because we bring the power plant to the facility. So
Wow.
we have the power plants, okay, and it's a hybrid of electromagnetic generation and solar. And that whole system, by the way, we're going to get cut off here pretty quickly here. That system generates everything. Let's put the other video here as well. There we go. So you can video this too. This is the exterior of this house. But that system, the cost is 1 cent per kilowatt per hour, and it's built into the pricing of the home. So the Bitcoin mining facility, so this home is like 260 million, and that pays for the data center, the power plant, and the home. So it's a bundle. You got to understand there's 3 components here. And this home comes with a 2 megawatt power plant. So the home is 100% off grid as well. And the cost of that energy is also 1 cent per kilowatt per hour, no matter where you are in the world. So you can go to an island where it's 35 cents per kilowatt per hour. In the Bahamas, that's what people are paying, is 35 cents per kilowatt per hour. If you went to the Solomon Islands, you'd be paying over $1 per kilowatt per hour. But if you wanted this house there, you can have it there. It's still 1 cent per kilowatt per hour. You're not on the grid. You're off grid. So you're completely off grid with this system.